Our first act. If you guys are ready, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Tal, can you come on out? Let's give him a warm welcome.
Thank you, Michael.
You got it.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
I come here all the way from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
Hey.
For these young.
We know Fond du Lac. We're from Oakfield.
There you go.
Or we grew up there, we should say.
So I would say across the pond,
Mm-hmm.
down in Fond du Lac. You know, when I was a young teenager, a little older than these two, I lived next to an old gentleman who was a magician. And he had an old house, and I'd go over there and he would tell me stories about mad magicians. He'd show me magic tricks. The house was dark. I mean, even during the daylight, he's got curtains drawn, boxes of books, boxes of tricks everywhere. He even gave me a couple old magic books. The gentleman died and his family came in, cleaned out the house. I don't know what happened to all his magic regalia. But he did leave me with this one effect tonight. And he told me I should only try this effect on the month of October, because October is the spookiest month of the year. It ends in Halloween. So we're going to try this tonight the way he taught me to do this, and we'll see if it works. He said that this deck of cards in here is haunted or cursed. And it's more cursed during October. And with every deck of cards, we start out by trying to pick a card. First of all, you can see that there's all different cards in here. What I'm going to do is flip like this, and I'll have this young lady just tell me where to stop.
There.
Right there. Okay, you see a card?
Yes.
We'll have everybody else help you memorize it. And I'm going to close this deck up so you can see the card is still in there. I want you to pinch the deck together. Got to take the whole deck. Did you notice that there's a hole through every card?
Yes.
We're going to lock this deck tight so that that card that you picked can't move up or down. Oops, got to get through all the cards. Can't change places in the deck. And hang on to that. By any means, by any physical means. There is another deck of cards in this box. This is a very different deck. This one's an invisible deck. Don't worry, I can't see it either. But I can kind of feel it a little bit, and it's a little bit warm. And I'm going to toss this deck to this gentleman here. You ready to catch it?
Okay.
Nice catch. We need to have you shuffle that deck.
Okay.
But first you got to take it out of the box.
Oh, it's in the box.
Yeah, take the box, hand the box to lovely lady to your right.
Thank you.
Now shuffle it up good.
Okay.
You could even cut them a couple times. Perfect. You're satisfied it's all completely shuffled.
Yep.
I'd like you to take your deck and kind of spread it out like a fan. Take your invisible deck by a fan and wave them together. Okay, did you feel anything? You didn't see any smoke, nothing like that? Okay, that's enough. Interesting. Let's see if this works now. Sir, could you just turn the deck to your wife, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Now, ma'am, very careful.
Erica.
Erica,
Ma'am. Yeah.
I need you to have to take a card out, but be very cautious that you don't look at this card.
Okay.
Just take the card out, keep it a secret, and watch me. I want you to turn the card over and put it back in the deck. Fan.
Okay.
Put it right back in. Okay? Put the fan out. You can put it back in the box.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, now you can talk. I'm going to have you toss this because I'm going to catch it in the bag. I don't want to touch the deck and have everybody think I'm messing around with this.
Okay.
So throw it toward me.
Whoa.
Good. I caught it. I'll have you take the deck out of here. I don't want to touch it. Okay, before you open it, let's find out first from this young lady, what was the card that you had?
Is it king?
No, it was a jack of clubs.
Jack of clubs. Okay. Turn your cards over and see if you can find the jack of clubs and see if it moved anywhere in that deck. And it's a new deck order to find it faster.
Oh, it's gone.
missing?
How could it be missing? You saw it in that card. You pinched it shut. We put a padlock on that deck, and you're saying it's gone?
Yeah.
Ma'am?
It's not in the hearts there.
Open up that deck, please. And with your cards, have the cards be face up. Just kind of fan through looking
Face.
for something
He said
unusual.
face up.
Face up, to look for something unusual.
Bet you we're gonna find that hole in it.
It gotta
No
be
way.
in there.
No way. Are you sure?
There's probably gonna be a hole in it.
Oh,
You found the card?
Oh, it's upside down.
Upside down, you take it over. You can see
It's a
what card that
hole.
is.
oh
Should we
my.
look?
That's
Sure, you may
so
look.
Cool.
It does have a hole in it.
How the
I bet a pencil.
And your cards are all red back, by the way. This is the only blue backed one in there.
Wow,
Weird.
that's awesome.
That is the haunted deck, the cursed deck.
It worked then.
It worked tonight. Thank you so much for your help
That
there.
was cool.
Thank you. I can put those away later. Well,
Oh,
I'm gonna grab that one back. I'll put that back in the lock deck.
Cool.
what did you think, Marlo?
It worked on what cards were what though.
That's okay. At that young age, you're not supposed to know that stuff.
Yeah, no, she's not. I want her to know that stuff.
Thank you.
But neither gambling.
I like Lego.
Thank you, Raymond.
Thanks, Michael. I always wait till near the end to do this effect, because this one is called the most dangerous card trick in the world. That way, if there's any injuries, the show is pretty much over for me. Now, since I said it's the most dangerous card trick in the world, it uses cards. You've probably seen these before, these little cases that they keep cards in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's to keep the cards from getting battered and torn. And magicians, you know, keep the pockets. With magicians, we like to have, we put two card decks in there, not one. But we'll use this card deck because it's a little more battered and it knows this effect, this dangerous effect. Erica, you haven't been used as a volunteer yet.
No, I'm fine.
Do you mind coming up and just helping
Come
me shortly?
on.
No, the
Come
girls
on.
like it.
Come on.
They'd like you watch you in action.
Yeah, let's see it.
Okay.
I'm going to just ruffle the cards like this,
Okay.
and you just tell me to stop when.
Okay. Stop.
Right there. You want me to go any further?
No, that's good.
Okay. Here's your card. And before you show it to anybody, I'm going to show you that there's every card in the deck is in there. It's not all the same card. Now you can show that card to everybody else. And slide it in anywhere you like. Now, how do we make this card dangerous?
I have no idea.
Before we get going, because it's the most dangerous card trick in the world, I have to have you sign the release. Are you okay with signing this? This is a volunteer release waiver of liability.
Sure.
Okay? Oh, I get these pens from the bank. They're free. Could you just sign your name in there briefly? Ooh, left-handed. Today's the 23rd. I thank you. My lawyer thanks you.
21st, right?
Yep.
Or 21.
And the reason I do this is because this protects me from any danger, from disease, injury, or death.
Okay.
Not good.
I'm scared now.
In fact, I'm going to have you hold the deck a little bit first, because I'm going to bring out what's going to make this the most dangerous card trick in the world. We're going to put that deck into an animal trap. This is a legitimate animal trap. Bought this at Cabela's.
Well, maybe you should
Now-
come up here.
Put this around this side. Now, with animal traps, there are 28 countries in the world that have banned these. There are 8 states in the U.S. that have banned these. But fortunate for us, Wisconsin, it's okay. So I could take these cards, and without setting this off,
fingers.
I know, I know.
Oh my hand, I just went so bad.
Usually this sets up better than it is. Should hold these again for me until I get this trap set up. Are you familiar with animal traps?
I am.
You are. Just have you come up and do this. And you can see this is a legitimate animal trap.
We should put
Well, that's
something-
close enough.
we should put something in there to make sure it works.
No, actually, that's a good idea. Here,
Not
hold this a
your hand.
second. Let's just check that, because usually I do that.
Whoa!
That really could have hurt someone. That
So-
plastic.
Thank you for that suggestion.
So it works.
I was eating my lunch later, and I just got that silverware left over.
Perfect.
Okay, we'll try again.
Watch your fingers.
Actually, I'm going to do it this way. These cards are bent this way. So. Now, Erica,
Mm-hmm.
all you have to do is reach your hand in there, cup around, find your card, pull it out before it slams your foot.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You signed the document saying you're assisting the magician.
No way. I've got
Sir,
enough health
You
issues.
shouldn't be laughing, Erica. This is very dangerous for her.
No way. Absolutely not. I would not do that.
Now you
I'm
do.
sorry.
Okay, take your agreement. Have a seat.
Thank you.
You are no longer employed as an assistant.
Thank you. Yes, I will absolutely not
So
do
now that means the magician has to figure out how to do this. Now, I don't practice this at home because it's too dangerous. A couple things could happen. One, I could snap a finger off, and if it flies over here, you can catch my finger because I might need it to the ER tonight. I could get my hand caught in there, or I could be successful. Maybe it'll just let me go. Did I mention how dangerous this was?
We saw it, yeah.
Did I mention that I haven't practiced this at home because it's too dangerous?
Yeah.
Sir, you know what traps. I'm surprised you're not up here stopping me from doing this.
I don't know what you're gonna. I'm scared for you. Hope you had Monty sign something.
I'm scared for me too. Is that your card?
Yes.
Oh, how did that?
Yeah, it is.
That was scary.
There we go.
What kind of a trap is that for? Like a bunny?
Legitimate animal trap.
Yeah. The ones with bears have little.
Those are so inhumane.
Oh, come on. They just lose a leg.
I'll bring it out. If you like a
It's
picture
inhumane.
taken with it later, you can play with that. Well, at least I survived.
Good job.
I could keep doing magic. No, thank you.
Thank you. That was good. That was really good, but very scary.
Oh,
Let's get it back.
coming faster than I thought you were.
Give it up for Tal again. Yeah.
Sorry. You know, this old magician friend of mine did pass on another effect for me. I'll try to go through that with you this evening. Now, in the occult world, there's many different disciplines. We have reading tea leaves, we got horoscopes, we got astrology, we got crystal readings. And the science has pretty much debunked most of these things and said, pretty much superstitious or maybe coincidence. However, a study was done and they looked at astrological signs, zodiac signs, and they found that there are certain traits that seem to align with people with certain zodiac signs. A more recent study at the University of Chicago found that people born in the autumn were 40% more likely to live to be 100 than people born in March. They found that babies born in December are less likely to have severe nearsightedness. Pro baseball players are more likely born in the fall than they are in the spring. People born in the summer less likely to have asthma. So there is some connection with traits with our birth date. And what I have here, what he's passed on to me, is the Fortune Teller Book of Days. And we can look up somebody's birth date with a short fortune that has to do with the traits of that particular individual.
Oh.
So it's really kind of interesting. And I can do it with somebody tonight. Would you be willing to help me? You want to come up and stand up here for a second? Your name is?
Marlo.
Marlo. Beautiful name.
See?
My name's Tal. It's good to have an interesting name like Marlo. Marlo, what's your birthday?
February 25th.
25th. Okay. We'll look up that in a second here. Do you have a lucky card?
No.
Well, you're in luck tonight because we're going to find out what your lucky card is. You know, playing cards have been around for 1,000 years. Historians think at least 1,000 years. And what's interesting in that 1,000 years, it really hasn't changed much, meaning there still are 52 cards in the deck. 52 weeks in a year. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 days in a week. There are 13 cards in a suit. 13 weeks between each season. 4 seasons, 4 suits. There is actually a study, astronumerology, that looks at cards with symbols and numbers. But we're not going to get into that. We're going to find you your magic card, okay? We'll do it in a couple ways. First of all, I have here some cards that came from Europe. You know why I like them from Europe?
Why?
Because they're spookier, and they're more likely to have some magical powers with them.
Okay.
And they were done with mind reading back in those days. You can see there's all different cards in here. What I'm going to have you do, in fact, gypsies used to use these cards. They're found in Europe. You probably don't know what gypsies are. I'm going to have you, in fact, before I do that, your birthday was the 25th, 26th?
25th.
25th. I could just count out cards, but I'm not going to do that. I could just let you pick one, and I'm not going to do that. We're going to do this a little differently so that you can have a completely random selection. I want you to just grab the part of this deck like this and move. It's called cutting the cards. Okay? You just cut the cards from one direction to another. And you decide how deep you want to cut, how shallow you want to cut. Okay, go ahead. Perfect. Okay, let's take a look at the book here. You said the 26th?
The 25th
25th. I keep forgetting now. 25th of what month?
February.
February 25th. Okay, let's see what it was. February, first of all, February 25th, that's a Pisces, by the way, which is the fishes.
She's a water sign.
That's your zodiac sign.
Mm.
February 25th. Ooh, I should find this faster because look at this, all by the month. February 25th. And it says, you have the gift of quick and very keen perception, which you should use intelligently and to the great advantage. You have very vivid memory. Your first impressions on people are the best, and you are impulsive and will eventually marry after a very brief courtship.
Okay.
Oh God, shoot me in the head.
Does that kind of fit your personality a little bit?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, okay. In the bottom you notice there's a card listing. In fact, every single day has a different card listing. Okay? And you have what? Can you read that, what your card is?
King of Clubs.
King of Clubs. Okay, let's just check and see what the card you cut to is.
Whoa.
King of Clubs. Spooky.
Oh, cool.
You remember that, because that's your magic card.
Oh.
I want to do it. It's
Thank
awesome.
you for your help there, Marlo.
Remember that card now.
You're welcome. That's awesome.
Amazing job, Tal, as always.
I'm going to riffle the cards like this. And just tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Want to go any further? Is this okay? Stop right there. Okay, take your card. Oops, sorry. My fingers are grabbing it. You can show the audience.
Heart.
Sure.
Okay, and you can stick the card anywhere you want in there. Okay. Now just stand up here for a second. You can see the cards are all different.
Okay.
You didn't all get the same card.
Okay.
Now, how do we make this trick dangerous? I said it's the most dangerous card trick in the world. Before you go any further, I need to have you fill out and sign a volunteer release and waiver of liability. Just a fast signature on here. You okay to do that?
Oh, sure.
And I carry a pen with me. I get these from my bank. They're free. It's a fact. It sounded like it's free. I don't know about up here in Kimberly. And today's date is the 23rd. Thank you. Now, I thank you. My lawyer thanks you. Stay up here for a second yet. Because this protects me or any danger or liability or death of the system. So I'm protected. But how are we going to make this trick dangerous? Right now it's not very dangerous. How do I find that to make it dangerous?
I don't know.
I'll tell you. I brought along
Little suitcase?
smaller suitcase. In here is an animal trap.
Towel?
Ignore the blood.
Oh, is that a towel?
An animal trap. Bought this at Cabela's. Do you hold my cards for me, please? Have you seen animal traps before?
Yes.
Now these animal traps are banned in 28 countries and banned in 8 states. But luckily for us, they're okay in Wisconsin.
So what's going to happen?
We're going to just test this right off. Jackson, you tell me if this works okay. Works okay, right?
Yeah. The pieces though.
You don't worry about the pieces. We'll get those later. So we know it works. So we're going to take the cards,
Just will let
and I'm going to carefully put them inside the trap without setting it off.
Okay.
Laura, all you have to do is reach in here, get the card out
Just
before it snaps on your fingers. Jackson, be careful. This is very dangerous for Laura. It's not fair for you to laugh at her. You didn't read the fine print of the document,
Is that just like Tui?
which is to help the magician as much as possible. Okay, you can have that and have a seat. I'll probably have to do this myself.
This is my part though.
This is something I don't practice at home because it's way too dangerous. I don't want to get hurt. And a couple of things could happen. One,